Welcome back to my channel. So we are on the next a new topic. So today in this class we are going to discuss about the formal and informal sector. First we are going to know what is this formal sector, then we are going to know what is this informal sector. After that we are going to discuss what is the difference between these two sectors, formal and informal sector. Then we are going to know about the informalization of the Indian workforce. So the first we are going to discuss what is this formal sector. So first we are going to discuss about this topic. What is this formal sector? See, public sector, both in the public sector and in the private sector. So in the case of the formal sector, what is that? Both in the public and in the private sector, when they employ, that means both in the public and in the private sector, when they employ when they employ 10 or more hired workers. Okay, 10 or more hired workers. So that is called the formal sector. Now second point is that they enjoy the social security benefit. Okay, they enjoy social security benefit. Okay, so in the case of the in the previous class we have discussed that a regular salaried person also enjoy this social security benefit. So in the case of the formal sector, the people enjoy or the workers enjoy this social security benefit, and some labor laws are passed regarding the safeguard of this employee. Okay, some labor laws are passed regarding the safeguard of this employees. So this is what the formal sector means. Now let us discuss about the informal sector. Now what is this informal sector? This sector includes millions of farmers. This sector includes millions of farmers, agricultural laborers, then owners of small enterprise, and also the people working as self-employed. The people working as self-employed. Okay, so this is the informal sector. So in this informal sector, once more we just have a recap of it. There's informal sector where the millions of farmers are involved in it, agricultural laborers, owners of small enterprise, people working as self-employed. So these are the things which are involved in this informal sector. Now in this informal sector, workers do not get regular income. Workers do not get regular income in this informal sector. As there are many uncertainties, the recommendation of the ILO has initiated the process of modernizing these informal sector. Now, what is this ILO? ILO means International Labor Organization. As there are so many of uncertainties, so the recommendation of this International Labor Organization has been is initiated in this process of modernizing this informal sector. Let's discuss about this difference between this formal and informal sector, which is a very common question. It comes in every alternative year, both for the ICSE and for the CBSE boards. So these questions you will see it's repeatedly coming on every alternative year. So you have to know the difference between the formal and the informal sector, what type of difference you're going to write in the case of this formal and informal sector. So we are going to discuss about this formal and informal sector differences. So first, the first difference of a formal sector. So first difference is what? All the public and the private sector employ 10 or more hired worker. That what we have learned just in this before this, that what is the meaning of the formal sector? The formal sector means where the public, this is one difference, public and private sector employ 10 or more hired worker. So this is a case of the formal. And in the case of the informal, what we are going to know, that it employ less than 10 worker. Okay, so this is the first difference. Second difference, okay, the second difference, the formal one, here the government exercises control over this sector. And in the case of informal, the government has no control over this sector. First one is that the government has lots of control in the formal sector, and the second is that in the case of informal, the government has no control over the sector. Now we will discuss the third point. The third point we are going to discuss is that workers get social security benefit in the case of formal sector. Workers get social security benefit. Okay, here the workers is getting the social security benefit. And in the case of informal sector, they are not titled to social security benefit. Here the workers are not entitled to get any social security benefit. Okay, here the workers are not entitled to get any sorts of social security benefit. Now let us discuss with the fourth one. Next we are going to discuss a fourth one, that is in the case of the formal sector, they have the right to form trade union. Right to form trade union. and in the case of informal sector, they don't enjoy such right. Just the opposite. They don't enjoy such right. They don't enjoy such right. Now let's move on to the fifth point. Next we move on to the fifth point, that is they offer a better pay scale. They offer a better pay scale, and in the case of informal sector, here the pay scale are comparatively low. Here the pay scale are comparatively low. And next we are going to discuss the sixth point, the last one. The last point we are going to discuss is that they enjoy the job security. In the case of formal sector, they enjoy job security. Okay, they enjoy the job security, and in the case of informal sector, they don't enjoy the job security. They don't enjoy the job security. So these are the 6 differences between the formal and informal sector. So I think the difference of this formal and informal sector is very much clear to you all. Will not have any problem if the questions come that what is a formal and informal sector, the difference between this formal and informal sector, you can write very clearly. Now let us going to discuss about this informalization of this Indian workforce. Okay, so the last topic for this today's class, we will discuss what is this informalization of the Indian workforce. See, what we can see here, that there is a continuous decline of the workforce from the formal sector, and there is a rise in the percentage of workforce in the informal sector. So in this informalization of Indian workforce, what we can see that there is a rise in the workforce in the informal sector, and there is a decline in the workforce in the formal sector. So this is the end of today's class. In the next class, we are going to discuss about with some more new and interesting topic, and so it will benefit for you and for your exams, both purposes. Thank you and keep watching this channel.